Champions of Europe, we know what we are. We know what we are. We know what we are. Champions of Europe, we know what we are. Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel for a brand new walking, talking GBFC video. Today, we're going to be talking about Kai Havertz and how that winning goal, I'm still talking about it, I still will be for a few days I believe, how that goal could well be the making of an incredibly special player. Not just at Chelsea and Stamford Bridge, but for Germany as well. Going to take a little walk. I'm in a place in Bali called Cedarman, which I'll show you where it is on the map. Yesterday, we arrived at the villa we're staying in. Just have a little look around. It's so nice and green. But when we arrived, there was a flipping snake in the garden, and it was a blue crate. For anyone who knows anything about snakes, it's basically the most venomous snake you can find here on land on this island. So I've decided to go for a walk, which is a wonderful idea. I'm hoping I don't have to clickbait the hell out of it because I get bitten by a venomous snake. But we're going to take an ever so slight wander whilst we talk about the wonder that is Kai Havertz. I didn't plan that one. That was quite good though, wasn't it? That goal, man, like honestly, I watch it back over and over again. The pass from Mason Mount is absolutely incredible. There's been times this season where we've heard people say, oh, it's Mason Mount versus Kai Havertz. They can't play together. They're a bit too similar. We want this and that, and we can't have this and we can't have that because we need Pulisic in here and we need... No, it's Mount and Havertz. And that goal that secured the Champions League for Chelsea Football Club is the proof in the pudding that these two are going to take Chelsea not just to Kings of Europe. We're already there now. It could immortalise us in European football because they are that good. And you guys know that I've spoken a lot about how great Mason Mount is. I've been singing his praises all season long. But I really wanted to dedicate this video today to Havertz because when Chelsea were looking to sign him last summer and I was doing all of those videos, the Havertz propaganda, trying to push the agenda that he was about to sign for Chelsea, and I fully believed he was, even before there was any real reports that he was actually going to sign. And it turns out Benson, GBFC, was right, as he quite often is when it comes to predicting transfers based off of many different things. There's a river down here that I've managed to find. There's some kids playing in the river over there. Hello! Apa kabar? Baik. When Kai Havertz signed, there was obviously a lot of pressure put on the kid's shoulders because he signed for a fee that many people thought was a little bit astronomical. People obviously saw the potential that this guy had. People saw that he's been doing a lot of good stuff in the Bundesliga for Bayer Leverkusen, but to sign for Chelsea, to be playing in the Champions League, to be expected to be challenging for Premier Leagues, FA Cups, Carabao Cups, Champions Leagues this season as well, did anyone really think that when push came to shove and it all boiled down to what Kai Havertz's first season would be remembered for? I'm not going to lie to you, a few weeks ago, I thought it was going to be a season that happened to be a COVID season, and his season was ruined because he got COVID-19. And it turns out that despite all of that, Havertz battled through it. There were people criticising him, I was criticising him. We saw a couple of performances where he was playing in the false nine position and he looked really good. And towards the end of this campaign, you see him absolutely schooling some of the most elite midfielders in the world against Real Madrid in the semi-finals. And then to score a goal like that and to round Ederson in the Champions League final, to put his name down in Chelsea history, into Chelsea folklore on the final day of the season, to win us the Champions League, is absolutely mind-blowing. I'm keeping an eye on every step I take here because it is a little bit Bushman Bill. But Kai Havertz, this guy, I firmly believe next season, wherever it is that he's going to be playing, whether it is as a midfielder, whether he's actually going to be given the role as an attacker, if Chelsea don't end up getting their striker targets. You know, we're seeing reports come out now, the Athletic are reporting, there are developments with this player, that player. And to be honest, I didn't want to go straight into the transfer news anytime soon because there's going to be so many reports, so many links with Chelsea players. And obviously with the Euros as well, that could get busier and busier. So I wanted to spend quite a bit of time just really reliving these incredible moments that were winning that Champions League. And I think for Havertz, he can either do it as a false nine or he could be playing in that attacking midfield role. Or if we're going to go with two up front, maybe Kai Havertz can play off of one of the strikers. I remember the other day I spoke about putting Havertz and Lukaku next to one another up front if Chelsea would have signed Lukaku. It doesn't really matter what striker it is. I think with Werner, patience is going to be key. You know, there's been a lot of questions said this season and asked about his finishing. Can he be the clinical finisher that Chelsea need? A lot would say right now that maybe he isn't. By the way, the volcano that erupted in Bali a few years ago, Mount Agung, that one there. If you remember my travel video that I made on the day that it erupted, shout out to you, you're an OG. But yeah, I think for Havertz, the future is incredibly bright at Chelsea because he really seems to be able to do everything. When he's not got the ball, he is always in the right place to be able to receive it when one of Chelsea's engine room players, a Jorginho, Kante or Kovacic, wins it back. Not only that, but when he does have the ball, he's so silky. And I think for a player of his age, which is the main reason why I'm so surprised, to be honest, because he is still so incredibly young. Yet with the ball at his feet, he seems to glide around and past players like a seasoned professional who's been doing this for years and years and years. And I think when we move forward, again, bringing it back to the whole Mason Mount ex Kai Havertz conversation, I think these two, it's very difficult to know where we go from here because right now we're at the pinnacle in football. And when we talk about where these players can go for the rest of their careers, when you win the Champions League, you've already hit what many people would, I think there's a bird poo on my hand, that's lovely. What many people would consider to be the pinnacle, the peak of a career. So now people are starting to say and talk about a Mason Mount or a Kai Havertz and say, Ballon d'Or? Can these guys win the Ballon d'Or? And at this point in time, you know, I've only been thinking about the likes of the Haaland versus Mbappe debate that has been going on now as the taking over of the baton or the mantle from the Cristiano Ronaldo versus Lionel Messi debate. Now that Chelsea have won the Champions League, there are people in football saying, who's it going to be, Mason Mount or Kai Havertz? And N'Golo Kante to win it this year, which I personally think is an absolutely perfect thing to happen. If France win the Euros this summer, of course, I'm an England fan, I'm English, I want England to win the Euros this summer, but France win the Euros this summer, N'Golo Kante has to win the Ballon d'Or, in my opinion. I think he was absolutely phenomenal in the lead up to Chelsea winning the final, man of the match in the final. But Kai Havertz or Mason Mount, I don't know if it's just us Chelsea fans getting a bit carried away because we're champions of Europe, we're still absolutely reveling in what was just the best flipping day of our lives on Saturday night. Do you guys actually believe, having seen what we've done this season, Mason Mount player of the season, Kai Havertz end of the season Champions League winner, I said it on Twitter, I think that goal could be the making of Kai Havertz. I think it could be the catalyst to spark an arrogance inside of him that could actually see him propel to being next season one of the biggest, best players in the Premier League. We've seen it towards the end of this season. He was absolutely phenomenal. And I think that goal might be the springboard that he needs. His interview after the game where he starts swearing, for me, that is absolutely golden. I know that the players are media trained and they know that they shouldn't be swearing, blah, blah, blah. But you know, sometimes things can get a bit overwhelming, and I think deservedly so. Kai Havertz had a slip of the tongue, and I think it was one of the moments of the night, to be honest. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on what we've discussed today. Havertz or Mason Mount for the Ballon d'Or? I mean, it's obviously sometime in the future for now, but Mason Mount, Chelsea's Player of the Year, already up there as one of the best midfielders in Europe. Kai Havertz, as we've already said, that goal could be the springboard. It's looking good for Chelsea. It's looking good for our youngsters. Mason Mount or Havertz. I don't want it to be or. I want you to talk about both of them in the comments down below. Give me your thoughts. You guys already know that I'm a massive advocate for Mason, and I really do think he could go right to the top of the footballing world, and he's already on his way flying up that list. Kai Havertz as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the green scenic surroundings today. It has been a nice little walk around, but yes, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all the love on the post-match videos around the Champions League final. There's going to be a few more topics that I discuss surrounding that game because I just do not want to disappear from what was the best day of all of our lives, and I want to keep talking about little things and little hidden side stories here and side stories there. So if there is anything you want me to discuss, let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you tomorrow for Chelsea FC news. I'll get back to doing the news videos for you guys every day this week. Catch you all later. Come on, you Blues. Champions of Europe, we know what we are. We know what we are. We know what we are. Champions of Europe, we know what we are.